I never thought I would hear something like this from my own parents, that my children weren't as good as my brothers, that they were different, that they were less. It broke my heart. And after that, nothing in our family was ever the same. My name is Daria. I'm 32 years old. I have a wonderful husband, Andrew, and two amazing kids, Artem, who is 8, and Mila, who is 5. I also have an older brother, Sergey. We were never extremely close, but we never had any major conflicts either. His life always followed the perfect path: great education, prestigious job, ideal family. He has 2 kids as well, Ivan, 10, and Alessia, 7. My parents, Galina and Peter, always seemed like good, loving parents, but I started noticing small things when Sergey and I had our own families. At first, it was nothing major. When Ivan was born, they completely lost their minds over him. They were obsessed. They talked about him constantly, bought him the best toys, carried him around like he was the most precious thing in the world. I didn't feel jealous. He was their first grandchild. Of course, they were excited. But when I had Artem 2 years later, their reaction was different. Yes, they came to the hospital. Yes, they brought gifts. But it wasn't the same. There was no excitement, no joy in their eyes like there was for Ivan. I told myself I was imagining it. But over the years, things only got worse. When Artem was 3, I noticed how my parents treated my children compared to my brothers. Whenever we visited, they would immediately rush to Ivan and Alessia. "Oh, look at you two. What's new in school? Wow, you can count to 100? Show me your drawings." But when Artem showed them his artwork, their response was lukewarm. "Oh, that's nice. Good job." Nothing more. I tried to ignore it. Then when Mila was born, I started to need help. I wasn't asking for much, just an hour or 2 so I could run errands or take a break. Every time I asked, I got the same response. "We're too old, sweetie. It's too much for us." "Oh, we have things to do. Maybe next time." "Why can't Andrew watch them? They're his kids too." So I stopped asking. Then one day I found out that the same evening they told me they were too busy to watch my kids. They took Ivan and Alessia to the zoo. I told myself it was just a coincidence. But the final straw came when I overheard a conversation between my parents. I arrived at their house earlier than planned. The door was open and I heard them talking in the kitchen. "Ivan and Alessia are just different," my mom said. "They're well-behaved, smart. The other ones, well, they're just not the same." I felt my stomach drop. Not the same. I stepped into the room and asked, "Do you really think that?" They looked startled. "Oh, Daria, don't be dramatic. We love all our grandkids." "But Ivan and Alessia are just so intelligent," my dad added. "They're polite, they listen. Artem and Mila are more emotional." That was the moment I knew. They would never see my kids the way they saw my brothers. So I made a decision. If you can't love my children the way you love Sergey's, then I don't think we have much left to talk about. They looked shocked. "Sweetheart, don't be like that, you're overreacting." "No," I interrupted. "I'm done. I won't force my children to spend time with people who see them as less." I walked out. From that day on, I stopped trying. I didn't cut them off completely, but I didn't push for their attention anymore. And do you know what happened? They never once reached out to see my kids. Not once. That hurt. But it also gave me clarity. I realized that family isn't about blood. It's about love, respect, and care. And if someone, even your own parents, can't give that to you and your children, then maybe they don't deserve to be in your life. So I moved on, and for the first time in years, I felt free. Have you ever experienced favoritism in your family? What would you do in my situation? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts.